Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness, a daily podcast devoted to spirituality and self-help. If you're new, I want to welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. So in the last week's episode, I was talking about how I feel like many people are being called to step fully into their power right now. So today I wanted to talk to you about a special archangel that I always work with who has been helping me during my ascension process. And I feel like this archangel is here to help all of us with our ascension process and is here to help all of us learn how to step forward. And that's Archangel Michael. Now I know that many of you probably already work with him, but Archangel Michael is someone that I've been working with for a long time and that I call on daily to help me not only in my life's purpose and in doing what I need to do here and what I've been called to do, but also in helping me to eliminate any fears and limiting beliefs that I've placed on myself that would hold me back from stepping fully into my power. Because I truly believe that so many people aren't stepping into their purpose because of fear. Fear will tell you that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, or that people are going to talk about you, or they're going to whisper about you. And the truth is, those things could happen. And I have had those things happen to me. But I have not let it derail me or cause me to stop what I'm doing, because I know that I'm here for a higher purpose. And I know that if I let what someone says or what they think about me stop what I'm doing, then I am not fulfilling my purpose here. Then I've done all the work that I've done up until this point for no reason if I stop what I'm doing because I care what someone thinks. So I call on Archangel Michael a lot to help me get past the fears that I have and the self-doubt that I have. So I wanted to talk to you today about who is Archangel Michael and how can you call on him to help you as you're going through this ascension process. So first of all, who is Archangel Michael? Archangel Michael's name in Hebrew literally means who is as God, and he is an incredible being of intelligence and cosmic intelligence. And so when we're in his presence, we naturally begin to question our existence here and wonder, how can we be more like God? How can we be more like that in our individual lives? So that's why as you're going through the ascension process, and the ascension process is literally about you realizing that God isn't something that's outside of you, it's within you, that you are actually part of God or the divine or your higher being, whatever you want to call it. You are one with that entity. And so Archangel Michael is here to help us realize that. And he's one of the only archangels that's actually mentioned in the Bible, which I think is really interesting. And many religions all around make reference to Archangel Michael. And he's one of the easiest archangels to hear and connect with. And usually when I'm working with Archangel Michael, if I've called on him to be with me or whatever, throughout the day, I'll just see sparkles of blue light out of the corner of my eye. And I see that all the time. Or you may, if you take pictures of yourself, notice that there's a blue colored orb. He comes in as blue light, and also there's a little red. So you may see purplish too, but to me, I always see it as almost like a royal blue. And I get those little sparkles out of the corner of my eye, or I'll notice that in pictures there might be a blue orb next to me, and that's because I have been working with him and calling on him to help me through this ascension process. But he's deeply committed to helping humanity grow and unlock clairvoyant perception and to be able to access Christ's light and to help us increase our vibration. So you can see now why a lot of people work with him when they're going through this spiritual transformation and ascension process. And he's just a wonderful archangel to work with to help you cultivate the power of heaven here on earth. So how exactly do you call on him? Well, obviously, when we call on him, we want to remember that he's a highly evolved being and we want to show reverence to him, but he's also extremely approachable. And he is the master of Christ's light. So when we call on him, we can call on him if we want to open up our spiritual gifts more. We can call on him. So opening like your third eye, you can call on him. And there's actually a third eye meditation, and I think I have it somewhere on this podcast, where you can ask Archangel Michael to come in. He always carries with him this sort of healing light. And so we can ask him to just envision him sticking his sword of healing light into our third eye, which would be about in the middle of our forehead and between the other two eyes we have. And envision him opening that third eye for us. So that's one of the things that I always envision when I work on opening that third eye. He's absolutely willing to assist those who are ready and willing to grow and evolve. That's why he's a great archangel to call on. But we need to respect him too. He's not a magical genie. He's not here to look what I can do and call on Archangel Michael, which I don't think any of you would do, but we need to show respect for him. He shows you how you need to grow and change and how far off from your path that you are. But if we aren't on our path, let's say, you're asking, am I in alignment? And you're not in alignment, he can help you to show you how to get back into alignment and to get back onto your purpose. His light is incredibly powerful, and it's easily able to cut through fear and negativity, doubt, distortion. So if you find yourself worrying about anything, you can call on him with the sword of light to help cut through fearful attachments that bind you to problems in life. So if you have worry and doubt and fear surrounding what's going on right now with the coronavirus, call on Archangel Michael to come in with his sword of healing light and cut those attachments of fear that you have formed to this situation. And anytime I've ever felt fearful, and I called on him, it was right away. I could feel just this peace going through me, and I just felt a comfort knowing that Archangel Michael was nearby. I think this is interesting, but the actual pronunciation of his name is Michael, which sounds more to me like the German pronunciation of the name Michael. But we've all just come to know him as Archangel Michael. So he can also be anywhere at any time. So you don't have to worry about, calling on him. For example, I'll call on him to be with me, but also to go out and be with my children during the day when I worry about them, and he can be in multiple places at once. Another interesting thing is that he's often associated with the sound of ambulance, because I believe that he is one who works with nurses and doctors and EMTs. And so when you hear an ambulance, sometimes you will be calling on him. And I'm not making this up. I've heard other people on YouTube. I've been watching other people. They do videos and they'll be talking about Archangel Michael and calling on him. And all of a sudden you will hear an ambulance in the background. And one of my mentors was also talking about, she was doing a reading for someone, and she was talking about how one of their loved ones died in a car accident and how the person did not feel anything, that his body, his soul was actually taken away by Archangel Michael before the impact of the accident. And when she was telling this person this, sirens started going off in the background, ambulance sirens. And so it was a confirmation, that what she was saying was true and that Archangel Michael was there. So I always think that is so interesting too. There aren't any rules about when you can call on him and when you can't. So I always say, if you're ready to grow and to evolve and raise your vibration and to come into the alignment of who you really truly are, and that you're a divine being who just came here. So in other words, you are a spirit having a human experience. When you're ready to really start working on that and start believing that, you can call on Archangel Michael. But if you're not ready to face your truths, man, let me tell you something. When you start to ascend and you start to evolve, it's not easy. Okay, this process is painful because we have to shed all of the old belief systems, all the fears, all the limiting beliefs that we were told about ourselves. We have to shed in order to become who we really truly are, which are divine beings of light. So if you're not ready to go through that kind of like pain, then, you may not want to do this because it's going to come up. It really is. But I'm here to tell you that pain, you have to heal it anyway. So you might as well heal it now. Because once you're able to shed all of that, even though the process of doing it is a little bit painful, when you've gone through it and you've shed all of that, it feels so much lighter and freer, and amazing things start happening in your life. It's so true. We honestly make our lives so much more complicated than they have to be because of all the negative thoughts that we attach to everything. We resist everything the universe wants to give us. When we get out of our own way and we stop resisting and we just get in the flow and we allow for things to happen to us, life is so much easier. It really, truly is. When you decide to stop being the person who's swimming upstream against the current, and you just say, because you know what, that gets tiring. That's exhausting when you're trying to swim against the flow. When you just let go and start floating, life gets so much easier. But in order to get there, you have to shed the old, and that's the part that's a little painful. But you know what? It's worth it. It is so worth it. I see in my life every day how when I've shed my old way of thinking, I stopped resisting to all of this stuff, and it's so much easier. So Archangel Michael, he is a powerful support system to you in releasing negativity, cleaning out distorted energy, or boosting your courage and willpower to make positive changes in your life that will put you on your highest path, that will help you step into your purpose. Because so many people walk around going, I know I'm supposed to have a higher purpose. I know this can't be all there is, but then they don't know what their purpose is. So you could ask Archangel Michael to step in and start helping you to fully align with your purpose and to see what your purpose is. So I think, like anytime I've ever worked with Archangel Michael, I feel so much incredible love from him. And he feels like such a highly intelligent and helpful being. It's incredible. I use Archangel Michael all the time in my Reiki healing with people. And the moment that I call on him to step forward, people will say, I felt that. So if you're ready to work with him, you have to call on him. A lot of people, I think, have this misconception that your angels will just come in and help you whenever you want them to without you asking. And the truth is that we have to ask our angels and guides to come in and help us when we want the help, because they can't intervene. We have free will. So we have the free will to make the biggest, dumbest choices in our lives. And I have done that many, many times. I have acted like an idiot many times in my life by trying to figure things out on my own instead of just asking my spiritual team for help. My pride and ego prevented me from actually calling on my team. And what I've learned is that is so dumb, because again, you're resisting when you do that. And when you just let go and you invite your spiritual team to come in and to help you, things get so much easier. So you have to ask him to come in and help you. So I would like to do a little prayer with you right now to ask Archangel Michael to come into your life. If you don't want to do this prayer, just skip over this, or, you can listen. But if you would like to ask Archangel Michael to come in and help you, we can do this prayer together. And you can either repeat it out loud with me or just mentally say it. That's another thing. There's so many different belief systems going around that we have to say things out loud. You don't. You can communicate with your spiritual team by thinking what you want to say to them. I think this is going to be something that we're going to be moving more towards as this whole planet is shifting. We're more 3D right now. We're shifting more to the 5D, and in the 5D, we're able to communicate without actually speaking. And if you are really close to certain people in your life, you may find you can do that now. You know, they say twins have telepathy and they can speak to each other. I don't know. Sometimes I think my sister and I are like that, but I have other people in my life that I'm even closer with that I can actually do that with. I can tell when they're thinking about me or they send me a message, and I can do the same for them. So I think that's one of the things that we're preparing to shift into with 5D. So if you'd like to say this prayer with me, again, you can just think it and repeat it in your mind, or you can say it out loud, whatever you wish to do. So, beloved Archangel Michael, thank you for all of the blessings in my life. Thank you for all of the times that you have provided assistance and protection for me in my life. I ask you to step forward today and be with me, helping and assisting me to discover my true divine light, helping to assist me to step fully into my power and my purpose in this lifetime. I pray that you will surround and protect myself and my entire family, and that you would make this transition from a human having a spiritual existence to a spirit having a human existence, realizing that I am one with divine light, and help me to spread this light to others. I thank you so much. Amen. All right, and so you can say that prayer, and again, if you weren't able to really be in a place where you could say that, and you want to go back to that, you can. You might, like me, discover that once you start working with him, you either feel his presence, and to me, his presence is a very warm, loving energy. It just feels like such unconditional love. Or you may start to see, like, again, I see the blue sparkles of light out of the corner of my eye. There will just be times throughout my day when I just realize like that he's in my presence and I just know it. And always at that time, I always say thank you, because I know that whenever he's around, he's helping. And it's just a comfort to know that you have someone who's there to protect you. You can also come to him for specific situations. Like when my children, if I know they're going to be out driving, it still makes me a little nervous, even though they've been driving for 2 years. So I ask him to completely shield them. And I just envision them being totally protected in his blue light. I envision the blue light going around them like a bubble of light around their bodies, protecting them. And I actually do that every day for them. So communication with him, he is very powerful, but a good being entity to have on your side. He really, really, truly is. And there's so many things that he can help you do. He can give you courage when you need it. He can cut cords to people and situations too. So if you feel like you're carrying around burdens to a person or a situation, we can ask Archangel Michael to take a sword of healing light and to cut the cords that tie us to those people and to those situations. And you can just envision this sword coming around your entire body, cutting the energetic ties that bind you to the people or to the situations. And I just visualize that. It doesn't take very long. And I believe I also have a cord cutting meditation on my podcast somewhere that you can find and do. But that's who I call in when I ask for a cord cutting. I ask Archangel Michael because his sword of healing light is very powerful. And again, if you're wanting to open your third eye more and really open yourself to your gifts more, call on Archangel Michael and envision that sort of healing light just going into your third eye. Envision it opening. And your third eye chakra is an indigo color. So you can also envision that while his sword of light is opening that third eye, you're seeing an indigo color, an indigo light shining into that third eye, opening it more. And you may have to do it several times because it's kind of like a muscle. You know, when you first start working out and you're doing those bicep curls and you're like, yeah, my arms are going to be smoking hot. And then you're like, wait, it doesn't look like I did anything. But you can feel that underneath, you can feel the muscle. You just can't really see it yet defined through your arms because we have to keep doing it. And you have to, switch up what you do sometimes with a workout. Well, same thing. You have to practice. You have to keep doing these visualizations, these meditations. You have to do them daily. And I have to say that that's the one bright light, not the only one, but that's one bright light in this whole situation, is that I've had more time to be at home to work on opening up my abilities more, which I love. I think one of the best things you can call on Archangel Michael for too is just to give you courage. I've called on him when I've had job interviews and I've said, you know what, I'm so nervous, I get tongue-tied, I can't say anything, please help me. And I call on him. I'll call him in an hour before I have to go in there and say, please be with me this whole time. Because I'm the type of person that the longer I wait, the more nervous I get. So the longer before the interview, right? I say the interview is at 12 and I get up at 9. Like from that time, 9 to 12, I'm getting more and more nervous. So I ask him to be with me before and during. And every time I've done that, it's gone really well. So we have many archangels that we can talk to. And in the next few days, I will probably be talking about some of the other archangels that we can be working with right now to help us. Because I think that we really, really need to be calling on our spiritual team right now. This is such an unprecedented time in history, and it's just a massive shift going on. I mean, if you're just wondering, like, what the heck, what is going on in our society? It's just a shift. We're up-leveling. This whole planet is shifting. And it can be easy to get stuck and caught in the fear-based thinking and, oh my gosh, what's happening and we're never going to be okay. This is not the first time this kind of thing has happened in our history. We've had plagues before. This is a part of it. This happens. This is evolution. This is us transforming. And we just have to be calm and try to look at the bright side of things. Worry and fear, those are not going to cause you anything positive. Nothing good is going to come from that other than you're going to drain yourself emotionally and be miserable. You've seen what worry and fear has done in our society. It's caused people to go out and buy out all the toilet paper so that now people would rather have toilet paper than money. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's just crazy. And it's because people are giving into fear instead of understanding that this is not the end of the world. And even if it was the end of the world, would toilet paper really be the last thing you wanted to have? I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get the whole toilet paper thing, and I probably never will. But we can give in to the fear, as Wayne Dyer always says. We can be a host to God, or we can be a hostage to our ego. And in this particular situation, those people who are buying out all the toilet paper, who are walking through Walmart with garbage bags over their heads, who are probably going to suffocate and die before they ever get to the checkout line, they're being a host to fear, a hostage to their ego. They are. They're being a hostage to their ego and fear instead of being a host to God. Sensible, reasonable steps to protect yourself is all that's needed right now. And people can't see it. They don't see it because they're just panicking. Don't do that to yourself. And if what's going on in the world right now is really scaring you and it's really bothering you, call on Archangel Michael to cut the cords, cut those cords of fear that you've attached yourself to this situation. If you're in fear, you're out of alignment. You can always take a deep breath and stop and say, God, I know I'm out of alignment. when it comes to this coronavirus. I'm out of alignment because I'm allowing fear to overtake me. I'm allowing my ego to hold me hostage. I need to get back into alignment. Please help me get into alignment. And I'm telling you, one of the easiest ways to get back into alignment is to look around and be thankful for everything you have. Gratitude. Let's be realistic. Let's look at the situation. You're being asked to stay at home where you have heat or air if you need it, food. You have a warm bed. You have TV to watch. You have internet. You can connect to people through online programs. This is not as bad as it could be. Yes, there are people dying, and yes, people getting sick, and that sucks. That does. But that happens every day. People get the flu, the regular flu, and they die. This is just something we don't know yet how to treat. But I think it's causing a huge shift in our planet. It's causing people to stop and to slow down, which I think we've needed for a long time. Life has been going way too fast. People are missing it. They're missing their whole lives because they're on their phone. They're not paying attention. They're trying to do too many things at once. And this is the universe saying, we had to slow you down. We had to slow you down. And so I think we need to focus on what's good, what's going right. It's easy to let yourself get sucked into the fear. It's easy to do that. We can't allow ourselves to be sucked into the fear. We have to stay strong. We have to hold our boundary that we have faith. We trust in the universe. We know that the universe has our backs. The universe is always working behind the scenes on our behalf, and everything's going to work out perfectly. It's going to be okay. We are never taken before it's our time, okay? So when things happen, it's been divinely guided to happen. And that's hard for our human brains to understand sometimes, but it is. Even when, I had a reading and my ex came through, he said, I knew I was supposed to do this. This was my destiny. Well, my human brain has a hard time understanding how your destiny could be to leave so much pain behind you. But then my divine inner light says, I understand. I understand that we had to learn this lesson and that you had to learn this lesson in order to grow and evolve. No matter how painful it is, lessons in life are painful. Why? Because they help us grow. Because they teach us things. When life is really comfortable and good, we're not necessarily learning anything. When you take tests, think back to college and high school, your hardest tests, those are the ones where you learn the most. As much as we would rather just bury our head and say, I don't want to do this. We signed up to do this. We have to learn and grow, but we can either make it even more painful and difficult for ourselves, or we can get in the flow and we can call on our team and we can realize this is going to be okay. We're going to be taken care of. And again, I know that's a difficult concept. I get it. I really do. And I'm not being naive. I'm just saying we need to focus on what's good. Focus on your blessings. It's the strongest thing you can do. This way that you can be strongest is to not give in to the fear and to focus instead on, what do I have? How blessed am I? So that's my challenge to you today, is to find 5 things in your life that you are truly blessed to have. I'll name mine now. I'm blessed to have my children. I'm blessed to have a job that is still allowing me to be paid working from home. I'm blessed to have this podcast and to know all of you as my soul tribe. I'm blessed to have friends and family that I can communicate through text. I have like 1 million texts a day from my friends and family. I appreciate those. I'm blessed that the weather is nice, that I can go outside and take a walk when I need to. I have so many blessings. What are you blessed to have? That's my challenge to you. Find blessings in your life. All right, guys. Well, I wanted to pull a card for you today, so I decided to pull a card from my deck, Divine Whispers, and it is Boundaries Are Beautiful. Setting healthy boundaries is a beautiful thing because when we set healthy boundaries, we are teaching others how to treat us. The universe is asking you to take a look at your boundaries right now. Do you even have any? You, beautiful soul, deserve to enjoy your life. You can't be happy and enjoy your life if you're always saying yes to things you don't want to do. When you say yes to others, you are saying no to your inner child, and your inner child wants to play. Don't allow anyone else to walk all over you. You are not a doormat. You are a beautiful, talented, and beloved child of the divine. Don't ever forget that. You are not required to set yourself on fire in order to warm others. And your mantra for this card is, I honor my boundaries. I let go of what is not mine and hold firm to my truth. No is a complete sentence. I am allowed to be myself and show others who I am. I love that. I love that so much. And if boundaries are an issue for you, which they were for me, they definitely were for me, I felt guilty saying no. No was a bad word to me. And now I understand that no is a necessary word and a complete sentence. If that's you, join me on my free 5-day self-love challenge. It's the You Are Lovable challenge. I am getting ready to launch my course, and I'm just getting so much divine guidance that this course is needed so much by so many people. I know I would have needed a course like this. I really could have used a course like this when I was in my early 20s. And I am encouraging you guys to sign up for the free challenge. You will receive all of your messages via text. So the daily lessons will come in and there will be a text that will have a link that will send you then to the daily lesson. And you're going to get so much out of this 5-day challenge, and it's just an appetizer to whet your appetite for the main course, which is my You Are Lovable course, which is a 2-week course. It's online, and I will also hold a group coaching session each week. So I will give you, a few days to dive into the lessons, and then I will be holding a group Zoom meeting with all of the people enrolled in the class to answer any questions you have, go over any aha moments, and just to help you really dig deep to discover what you need to break through in order to love yourself more, to have more confidence in yourself, so that you're not making the same behavior mistakes that you're making, that you're not repeating the same patterns of behavior over and over again. So if you always feel like you attract the wrong kind of person, or you just let people walk all over you, we're going to fix that in this course. So I encourage you to sign up for the free challenge just so you get an idea of what it's like. If you get a lot out of the free challenge, you're going to get way more out of the class. And the free challenge, the link to sign up will be in the description to this podcast. So you just click on the Google form, fill it out, and then you'll get a text a day later that says welcome, because it takes a day to process. Welcome to the challenge. And then the challenge actually starts April 6th, which is Monday. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it. It's free, so you have nothing to lose, but you have everything to gain. So sign up. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media, because that is where you will hear about all of these awesome programs that I offer, as well as you will see the readings and videos that I post. I always do a live Facebook reading Mondays it's going to be 6:30 Central from now on, because I have been guided to do a later time for you. And I also post videos to Instagram, to IGTV, so check that out. I want to thank you guys so much for being here with me. You can work with me. All of my services are on my website at melissaoatman.com, and I've been updating my website to make it more user-friendly. So now there's an offerings page where you can go and see all the services and prices that I offer on one page. And then you can go to the individual pages if you want to see a description of all of the services. As always, if you like this podcast, please subscribe, please share it with others, please leave a review from wherever you're listening. That helps me so much, and I want to thank you for those of you who have done that already. I hope that you guys have a beautiful day filled with so much love and light, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye, guys.